Hey guys, what's up? Nico again here. And in this 3D Printed Profits episode, I have Anna with us from, is it Fabberforge? Is that how you say it?
Fabberforge.
Fabberforge. And she runs an Etsy shop and she sells 3D printed items. Again, as always, all the links in the video is going to be in the description below if you're on YouTube. And if you're on your favorite podcast player, it's in the show notes. Also, make sure you guys stay till the very, very end where I'm going to give you guys your own product idea so you can start your own 3D printing side business. All right. So let's start. Anna, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What's your background? How did this all start? Are you an engineer? How did this all start?
I am not. So I actually have a bachelor's degree in advertising.
Oh, wow.
So that is my background. A husband, on the other hand, is a Naval Academy grad. He is a weapons systems engineer, and
Nice.
he loves robotics. He just always loved it. So when first we got 3D printer started, he was one of the first ones with the wrap project back in the day. So he was just like putting together his own 3D printer and 3D printing printers for others
Nice.
people. So that's how I got into it, just because he's loved that. So he was always into robotics, and because of his big nerdy addiction, I just came along with that. Just started learning more and more, and I'm still learning.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So when did you start 3D printing stuff like for yourself?
So I have since the beginning, like 10 years ago.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yes. So I would say, hey, can you print this for me? And he would have to find a file, which was not popular at that time. So the files weren't really good,
Not like right now.
No, and Thingiverse was already there, but the files and people designing that weren't. So I remember the first thing that he did for me was a crab shell cracker, like a crab leg.
Yeah.
So we even took pictures of that day, and we chose the color that we wanted to print. And it was just funny because it was like one of his first prints. It was not by any means it was sharp or anything. Like it wasn't very well the resolution on it. So you could see the lines. It was a little bit of stringing. There was a little bit of issues here and there, but hey, it worked.
Yeah.
I still have it.
So what was your first machine?
Our first machine was a wrap one from the Prusa people.
Right.
And then after that, he just built together like his own. So he started building pieces of his own. He would make his own thing. And then eventually Joseph Prusa came out with his printer. And that's when we acquired like the big beefy printer that is still our favorite today. It's about 8 or 9 years old. And it's still our sharpest.
The Cartesian style, right?
Yes.
Nice. So let's start on the business side. So how did you come up with your business?
So we would just print for fun, and it was like, oh, let's buy some more filament to do this or to do that. And then friends started requesting for things. Like, hey, can you print me this? Or can you print me this piece for my shower door that is broken? Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would print things for me for my birthday or for any type of like anniversary and things like that. So one year he printed me a blueprint of The Office, the show. So The Office.
Love that show.
From The Office. So it's like I'm obsessed with that show. And when he showed up with a blueprint that was 3D printed, for me, it was just this amazing moment, right? And then friends started to tell us like, you need to sell these things. So I was like, I have a little bit of Etsy background because I did a crochet shop back in the days, like 8 years ago, and it was selling well. So I kind of knew how to deal a little bit with Etsy and the fees and how things cost and how pictures are important for the post, things like that. And I was like, well, maybe we should just grab a few of these things that our friends think are awesome, and we'll just put them on the store and see how it goes. And then we made little signs, like door signs that says the office, just the same one that you see on the TV.
The
And
music
that,
is playing in my head now.
I know, right? And then we basically like started to sell 1, 2, 3, and then eventually 10, eventually 20.
A day?
And then, yeah, a day. So it was like buying
Wow.
5 a day, 6 a day. So eventually, after that, a friend of ours, our friend neighbor, she asked us, hey, my friend saw this design. Can you design this for us? Which was a F2020 ornament. And we were like, well, I don't usually do like cursing anything on my Etsy page, but hey, I'll do it for your friend. So she ordered 20 of them.
Whoa.
And I was like,
F-20 as in the fighter plane.
20, yeah, like 20 pieces of that ornament. It's a fuck 2020 ornament, right? Not an airplane, like just a, I have one here actually. There you go. This one is 2021, is an ornament.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. So because 2020
I thought
was
the plane,
so
like,
bad. No,
F
not the
as
plane.
in, no, okay, we're here. For
Um,
those of you on the podcast, get on YouTube. You would have seen it. It's a great ornament.
yes, it is. So yes, she asked for one of those. We bought the file from somebody that was selling, so it would be easier to put on the printers. And as soon as we posted, it was like just crazy. People were buying and buying. We were waking up every 3 to 4 hours in the middle of the night to restart printers, remove the ones from the bed and restart it again. And one day out of that, that never happened again, but that was the one day that we sold like $1,000 on the store in one day.
$1,000 in one day.
In one day because
from
of
one product.
For that ornament.
Holy cow. Congratulations. That's
Thank
amazing.
you. So that was the big game changer, and that put our store on the map. I think that ornament was like the big thing for that.
That's awesome. And so how do you figure out what new products are going to sell?
We usually grab a lot of what the customers ask.
Okay.
So they'll come to us and say, hey, can you personalize this? Or can you make a sign from this show? Whenever they ask for signs from other shows, they're probably not the only ones looking for it.
Right.
So we usually design it. We charge a very small designing fee because we eventually are going to be using it.
Mm-hmm.
And if Warner Brothers doesn't get bothered by it, we usually it stays in the store for a while.
Right. And I think Etsy, they hand out C&Ds for a lot of those stuff. I know I got a couple of them from the John Wick coins. I used to sell those on Etsy. And they said, nope, you got to stop. And I said, all right.
Yeah.
I made $1,500 in one day from that one time. I was like, I was backed up.
We just had one that was Batman. So my husband made it's years old and they haven't sold it, and it's been in the store for 2 years, but it's a Batmobile from the old cartoon.
Oh, wow.
So he printed that and it's beautiful, and we placed it on the store. And then this week they were like, we're shutting it down because it's Batman. Warner Brothers didn't like it. I'm like, wow, 2 years later and it didn't sell any. It's fine. You can shut it down.
Yeah. So I was going to ask how you guys got your first clients, but obviously it was word of mouth from friends. And then as your Etsy grew, the algorithm took over, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what machines are you using now? Did you take that money and reinvested it back to buy more machines?
We did. So we started with 2 Prusas. One that was not a great Prusa because it has been damaged too many times. And our beloved 8-year-old Prusa, Mark II 2.5. That's how we started. And then eventually it was like, okay, we're not being able to fulfill, so we're going to have to buy more. And then we got a Prusa Mini, and that took 3 months to arrive. So I found, yes, it takes a long time to get the Prusas here in the US.
Oh, because it's all right. I see why. Okay.
Yeah. And then I found on a Black Friday sale, Airy ones. I don't know if you are familiar with them.
They're the ones with the rainbow filament.
Yes. So we got the Airy One ER20. And then that little printer is very mighty for the type of job that we do, that are signs, and they have very fine detailing with lettering and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They are very, very nice. And for the price point too. So in 6 months, we bought 10 of them. So
Whoa, back up.
know,
You bought 10 machines?
10 machines.
So you have like a
I have a
factory,
little farm here.
basically. You have a factory in your garage.
Yes, we do. And actually in the basement.
In the I love that. Oh, that's right. You're in Nebraska. You guys have basements over there.
Yeah. So we have, right now we have 10 Airy Ones ER20. They are our main workers. They are always working for signs. They give us a lot of trouble too, because sometimes they start getting really stringy, and then we need to replace nozzles and things like that. But they are our 24/7 workers.
Really? They're workhorses, huh?
They are pretty good. They give you problems, but usually they're easy to solve. You solve it in an afternoon, you put them back to work. We have 2 10 longs that are used for our double extruder 10 longs, which are bigger printers, and we use them to make bigger items whenever we need them for. And then we have 5 Pruses. We have a 1 Mark II, a 2 Mark 2.5, 1 Mark III, and a 1 Prusa Mini.
So you guys have 17 machines as I count so far. Is there any more?
Oh yes, we have an Anycubic, 1 Anycubic.
Is it a resin printer?
No, it is not. We did do a little bit of, I still have 2 resin printers. I think they're both Anycubic, I'm not sure. But we started having allergy issues with the resin.
Okay. And what kind of Anycubic machine do you guys have?
It is, you know what? I don't know the name. I know it's just a 1 color printer, and it's a very basic Anycubic.
Gotcha. Okay. No worries.
I'm sorry. What?
One of the resin printers is a Creality.
One of the resin ones is a Creality.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Dude, that's awesome. Let's see here. So what filament do you guys use?
We mainly use the Overture. We
Overture,
did
okay.
go back and forth with other we did use for a while the Airy One filament, but it was very inconsistent. So
Okay.
sometimes we would get beautiful prints, sometimes we would get either too shiny or too dull or too stringy. So we decided to just like go back to Overture, and that's what we mainly order, unless they don't have the color. If they don't have the color, then I search for something else and I look for good reviews on Amazon.
Gotcha. And so you mentioned earlier that you guys also design stuff. What software do you guys use to design?
You know, we don't design much at all, actually. We are good at doing lithophanes. So we use like a lithophane transformer online. And then
Yeah, they have those, the web app.
Yes. So we also get, we use paint.net for adjusting some of the pictures, erasing things, and adding color. And then we use, what is the one that makes it 3D? No.
We use 3D paint rocks, lithophane, we use the paint.net program, and we
Yeah.
use the slicing program to make the custom signs.
Yeah, but what is?
All right. So you guys use the lithophane maker, and then you guys use what?
Tinkercad.
Tinkercad for the
and
names.
then paint.net so to make some of the adjustments on the photos.
Got it. There's gonna be some great editing later.
Sorry.
No, you're good. We'll just put it up. Who cares? We'll have bloopers right in the middle of it. I think it's nice sometimes that people see, stuff like this. It's very in the moment.
Oh yeah.
So aside from Etsy, how else does a business make money?
That's it.
That's it. It's just strictly Etsy. All right.
Yeah.
And what profit margin are you guys looking for when it comes to that?
We try not to overprice our things.
Okay.
Because we know that people that are on Etsy know that they are already paying a fair price because it's all custom made or it's handmade, so it is a little bit more expensive. Now we know that those signs could be going for like 3 times, like you would say, let's say that each machine makes $3 an hour, right?
Mhm.
It's not possible sometimes to just do $3 an hour, because sometimes you're looking at 24-hour prints or 22-hour prints. So if you multiply, that's gonna get close to $100 plus the filament, and that doesn't necessarily make the sale. So we'd rather be making $1 an hour per machine or $2 an hour per
You
machine.
guys still make a profit from that, right?
Yes. So we basically do either $1 or $2 an hour per machine, plus the cost of the filament, and just like some plus $1 or $2 just to offset costs of other things in the store.
Gotcha. So with this amount of machines, with this many machines, are you now full time with it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it started as a side hustle that just blew up.
We started hoping that we would be able to just pay for Friday night dinners. We wanted to go out to a restaurant.
Date night's important.
Yes.
So you guys listen, let me pause for a second. If you're going to start a side business and you guys just want to pay for date night, this is the one.
Yeah.
It pays for date night. Now it pays for more than date night, right?
Exactly. And we were never expecting to be as big as we are. Never. I mean, we really just wanted to make $50 a week.
That's all. That's how it started. That's how I started.
Oh,
Like,
fun.
I just wanted to make, $200 a month just so I can,
Yeah.
and then it blew up into a multi-6-figure thing that runs itself. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I guess that's how we make it work, because we're not expecting big things. We're just finding something that is enjoyable for us to do. And suddenly when you see that's what you're enjoying to do and it's making a profit, you're like, okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on moving.
That's beautiful. So there's a lot of men in the industry. And how do you feel women can get into the hobby, right? And eventually make money from it? How do you feel about going about that?
So I see myself looking for a lot of things that are for the house.
Mhm.
I'd say for women that really want to get into that kind of stuff, I know there's like people on TikTok and Instagram reels and that kind of stuff, that some women actually have their own little printers, and they will print like fun things for the kids or faces for their homes and things like that. So just find somebody that is really knowledgeable about that thing and that will respond. Like my husband used to be a lot on Facebook, and he would answer a lot of questions of like, how do I do this? And it's still our friends, oh, I'm looking for a 3D printer for my son. They come to him actually to ask, what kind of printer should I get? Because it needs to be something easy for you to start. So you need to get something that is very like kid friendly. I guess I can put it that way.
Mhm.
Because so you can just the dog. So because it's something, there's a learning curve,
Mhm.
I started doing this by just changing filament. I would not understand a thing. So once I see my husband using the programs, that's how I kind of was like, oh, by seeing it and seeing it again, you kind of like memorize things.
So do you feel like it was difficult for you?
Maybe it's difficult whenever I'm looking at fixing things, but if you see it in front of you, like if he starts explaining to me just a theory, oh, I don't understand the thing. But if I have the machine in front of me, he will say things and point to the pieces and like, this is the nozzle, this is the extruder, this is where the clipper for the filament goes in, this is the bed. So he just keeps on telling me things. So now I know that I need to level all my Airy ones manually, because they're my mighty
Manual
word.
leveling is we're still where it's at. Automatic still sucks.
Yeah, so it's like though they level the bed automatically, the X and Z bars right there, they sometimes get a little crooked.
Yeah, they do.
So we're having to like just maneuver that a little bit because they're mighty workers. I mean, I can get rid of them because they do such fine detailing for the things that they do, you know, like this little dude here is like was done by an Airy one, and look at the perfection in this,
Love it.
you know.
I need one of those.
It's super sharp, and I can get rid of them. Like they do beautiful work.
So that's awesome. So what's working today in terms of marketing? How are you driving people to the store, or is it just still word of mouth and algorithm?
Well, it came to a point where Etsy was like, well, you're making this a month, so we're taking over the advertising. And you have no other choice. We are doing your advertising, period.
And then so is Etsy taking a significant portion of that then because they're doing their advertising, or what?
So the way that they are doing now, I could pay myself for advertising on top of their advertising, but they just decided to advertise on their own. So they only charge a portion of what we sell.
Okay.
So if I make a sale on something that somebody clicked that was an advertising from Etsy, then they will take a percentage of that sale.
Okay.
But they are not charging for advertising anymore just because the store became quite big.
Okay. And how many products do you have in your store now?
I think I have about 92 listings as of
92
right now.
listings. That's a big store.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So what's next for you guys? What's the future for the business? Where are you guys going with it?
I guess I think we try to do things that differently and add other things like the resin stuff. And then we saw what would sell and what didn't sell. So we kind of got into, we figured out that we are a little souvenir shop. That's what we are. And people come to us for signs from their favorite TV shows. So we know that that's who we are. And we just are trying to get, like, whenever we have hit shows or things that are important or are very nostalgic, we work on that.
Gotcha.
So that's where we're going with our listings. In the store, in the more background, right now we're trying to figure out a way that we don't have to go to the Airy ones to put their chip in there in order to print something, or we need to figure it out how to not do the change of the filament, because sometimes they finish their work at 3 a.m. and then they sit there until 8 until we get somebody to go there and change the filament.
Well, so why don't you guys just get a belt printer?
That would work, but belt printers are also like mostly one filament.
Got it. And you guys need multicolor.
Yeah, so our issue right now is the multicolor. It's even a big, like, I would love to just have it figured out, like a Raspberry Pi in each one of them, so I can just
Program it to do the different colors.
correct. Or just from my computer, just tell them to print instead of me having to go to the printer. But the main issue right now is the double filament. I need to figure out a printer that will be as good as the Airy ones and on details, and that will give me 2-color filament. I actually just bought 2 Fabberforges that were encased, and they were double extruded. The filament goes inside, and they were supposed to be awesome, but they did not pull the job as well as the Airy ones do. So I packed them up and sent them back because
everyone's still the standard, huh?
Yep. Nope. So they were Wi-Fi and double extrude. I was like, oh, this is what I need. But they just didn't do the job that I needed them to do. So that is that part where we are right now. And the other thing is that I think we've been trying to get more printers, more Prusa printers from Facebook Market and things like that, because we know them very, very well. So I know we can do some maintenance or just fix whatever we need to fix in order to put them to work, because they are, we feel like they are the best printers out there for consumers. So that's, I guess that's every step of the store of where we're going.
Awesome. So, Anna, thank you so much. That was a great story. That was beautiful. $1,000 in a day is phenomenal.
Yes.
So let's wrap this up with your number one tip for people who want to start the 3D printing business.
Listen to your friends.
Your friends are your market. Your friends will tell you what
Oh
to
yeah,
do.
they will tell you what they want, and if they want it, some other people are wanting it too.
Awesome. Awesome. And before we go, let's do before I forget, make sure you guys stay till after the end for some bonus content. Anna and I are going to chat a little bit after this. But do you have anything to say to women specifically who want to get in the hobby?
Go for it. We are smart. We have small hands, which helps a lot whenever you need to.
Yes.
Get into
Holy
those
cow.
brushes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Twizzlers, no, you have little fingers, women. So just get into it. Look for information, read about it, get somebody to teach you about it, because there is a market for it. There are a lot of stores that are run by men and they don't necessarily sell what you want to buy. So if you can find it, you can make it.
And there you go. Also, Etsy is predominantly women. So
Yes.
if you're going to have a shop on Etsy, you want predominantly products that women want to buy, which leads me to our product idea for today, which I told you guys to stay for. And my product idea for you guys is women's hair accessories, right? You guys see, look, Anna's like, I'm gonna take notes. Is you guys can make anything you want. You can make like a ponytail holder where you just put your hair in and it's like this intricate design that no one really makes, right? And if they do make it, I bet you they're selling it for 30, 40 bucks that you can make for pennies on the dollar, right? And if you really want it high detail and really, really strong, you can even resin print it and have the little hair clips and just attach. You can buy those little hair clips separately and just attach the design onto it. There you go. All right. So again, Anna, thank you very much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Amazing story. If you guys need help starting, growing, and scaling your 3D printing business, let me know. We'll help you out. Again, Anna, thank you so much. Good luck to you guys. We'll do another episode in the future for Where Are They Now?
Sounds good. Sounds perfect. Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Bye.
Fun. Dude, so your wife tells me you're the brim guy.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
Well, you guys have been 3D printing far longer than I've been.
Way
And
back.
she says you're the one who did the brim.
Yep. Coined the term. It was like 2008.
Are you the one who
2009.
coded it into everything else too? The slicers?
The what's his face? Sound who was in charge of Slicer, SLIC3R. What I found, he's the one that coded it in. What I did is I set the I think it was just I set the skirt to like a huge number, and it would like make a like what I called a brim stuck on there. And then it would make the part stick to the plate. So I messaged him this. I was like, hey, like I think this is awesome. And he was like, no kidding. And he put it in right away.
No shit.
Yeah, and he called it the brim. And then I went to the rep rap forum and I made a post called like it was like,
Dude, now it's on every slicer.
yeah, I know, it's awesome. The post was like the cure for the common curling or something like that on the rep rap forum, and it got seen by like 14,000 people like overnight. Like,
That's so crazy.
yeah, I know, and like in
I
all
used
the
Simplify
buttons,
3D and I was like, brim? Huh, interesting.
I know, isn't that funny? It's like a little pebble in the water and it ripples out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's so bananas. So
Yeah.
dude, you guys have a great story, man. It's amazing what you and Anna have built. And I'm just really impressed, dude.
Well, thank you.
Really, really impressive, and nothing but love and great fortunes for you guys. I see that you guys just had a little one with the thing back there.
Yes. Yes.
I have 5, so I get it. Don't blink.
No, you're courageous. We're done at 3. We're done.
Yeah. So I personally just have 2. My fiance now has 3, so I have 5.
There you go.
Sweet. Hey, again, you guys, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys coming on board. Amazing story. Can't be impressed enough. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.